Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, deep laners. Good morning, subscribers. Good morning, supporters. Good morning, bushwatchers. Good morning, haters. Good morning, good morning. You guys, welcome to my show. My name is Cheryl Grabowski, and we are live on YouTube. I hope you guys had a good 4th of July. I am tired, honey. It was all gas ever since Friday. It was just straight gas. It was go, 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 go. Lots of food, lots of family, lots of fun, lots of grannies. It was a lot going on, y'all. So it is Monday. Is it Monday or Tuesday? I don't know. Let me see. It's Monday morning and I am back. What's up, Jerry Wilson in the building? How you doing? Could you give me a thumbs up, Jerry? And could you share the live and copy the link? That would be great. It was I've been on go, 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 go. Gas, 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 gas. And yesterday was the grand finale ending in my granddaughter's birthday, Ashlyn. Yesterday was Ashlyn's birthday. And she turned 10. And she had her friends over and they had a sleepover last night, and we had to build a fortnight, I think that's what you call it, with pillows and blankies, lots of pink, lots of blue, lots of birthday cake, pink and blue, lots of pizza, lots of ice cream. It's just it's a lot. I know I gained 5 pounds over the weekend. Okay. So my goal is to be able to take that off soon. But anyway, yeah, kisses and hugs. So I got a lot to say this morning, starting the week off this morning with this morning live. So I did a lot of hashtagging so that I could help the algorithm place the video and send the live out to the people that need to see it. Okay. So if I don't, I'm trying, let me see if I could see share. So Jerry, I saw you. Okay, I saw you. So this morning we're talking about modern day slavery. Okay. I'm going to speak on the farmer situation because these are the things that I feel like I want to bring attention to my supporters and subscribers and the people that know me. My channel, as y'all know, is a life class. I call it. It's a lot about my life, but it's also about people that are around me, their lives. If you've been here on my channel long enough, y'all know I speak about lots of different things. Like I say, real life stuff. I've shared a whole lot of my life, and right now I feel some type of way. My life, me, my introspection, me, my brain, my feelings, and my emotions as a U.S. citizen. My name is Cheryl Grabowski. I was born to my mother. Her name was Marjorie Giles. She was born to her mother. Her name was Marie Harris. And I don't know the name of my grandmother's mother because she passed when she was a child and she didn't do much talking about that. But I said all of that to say this, that I've always been here my entire life, my mother and her mother. That's lots of generations, right? Um, this modern day slavery thing, which also was a very big part of Project 2025, all of this stuff that we're experiencing now had been written, documented. These people have sat around a table and planned that out. For a lot of us, I'm just going to go ahead and admit it. I never listened to Project 2025. I never listened to it. I mean, or read it or anything. I didn't know anything about that, to be honest, because I haven't really watched television like that in almost 5 going on 6 years now. Just making sure that I got the trash out of my mind. Lots of people, millions of people, don't watch television anymore. They don't. A lot of people just watch YouTube. So I didn't know, I didn't know anything about Project 25. But now, today, everybody is experiencing Project 2025. And I feel some type of way about it. This this thing about modern slavery, we're talking about that today. Um, So last night, or was it last night, or it was it since Friday? It happened around Friday when when the Dorito man, some people call him 47 or whatever you want to call him, he made the announcement about the farmers. And the announcement about the farmers was that the farmers, because the immigrants have left and fled because they are scared of being arrested. Um, and y'all, the link is in the chat. And I do want a couple people to come up with me and help discuss, but let me lay the foundation out first. So the immigrants ran, right? And so we have this big thing in the United States where we're not getting the crops, the fruit, the vegetables and stuff are dying because there's nobody there to pick it. And people are losing their farms. So our commander in chief came out and said, okay, this new thing, but we know that this is not new. We know that this is planned. Okay. So the people ran, the immigrants ran. There's nobody there to pick the fruit. And so he's saying, okay, you won't get citizenship, but you can come and you won't get citizenship, but you can come and work the farms. And the farmers, the people who own the property, like the farmer, will be responsible for you. But you won't get citizenship, and you can stay. And the farmer decides, I guess you could still get paid, but the farmer assumes responsibility for you. And that's what we're talking about this morning, this modern day slavery. So some people say, I've heard some people say, actually, Cheryl, this is a rebranding of slavery. Um, and it's rebranded. The way that they did it was they sat around the table and did it in advance. So I've been listening to lots of different people and just really thinking, feeling, because I feel some type of way. Obviously, that's why I'm on a morning live. Okay. I feel some type of way about what's going on in our world today. I listened to a TikToker this morning, and basically, he was saying when we're all deceased, when everybody under the sound of my voice is gone from this planet, including our children and everybody in Washington, because we're on a life lease. He said there will be books written about what's going on now. How these white nationalists, white supremacists, because of their fear and hatred, when they sat around the table and wrote this Project 2025, and how America changed permanently. He said it'll be written in books. So he says, look, there's not really anything to come. We don't need to look down the pipe. It's already here. And he said another thing that resonates with me, right? Y'all don't forget to share the live and thumbs up hit the like button because I can't see that stuff. All right. Um, so what he's saying is that things are permanently changed, right? Even though we're still on YouTube, you know, we're still on YouTube doing what we always done. We're still going to the grocery store like we've always done, right? We're still going for walks. We're still going to restaurants. We're still dealing with family members. We're still driving. We're still shopping. We're, we're still doing all those things, but those things will change. Just like when they sat down at the table and did Project 25, and now we have our immigrant people who are living in a nightmare. And so let's just talk about the immigrants for a minute, okay? So we're talking about the modern day slavery. So now you can stay here in the United States. As of now, you can stay here and be owned by the farmer, modern day slavery, or you can stay in the United States, whether legal or not. I just want y'all to understand what's going on. This has nothing to do with, they say initially it was about the illegal immigrant, but it's not just that anymore. It's for the documented immigrant. Okay? Because I just talked about me, my mother, and her grandmother. For the people who are Spanish, Mexican, just the immigrants alone, if you've been here for 40 years, you're in jeopardy of being taken by ISIS. They've been given $40 billion, even though you're still shopping. We're still driving around. We're still going from destination to destination. We're still loving on our kids. But at the same time, if you are an immigrant, and this is the thing, you might not be an immigrant. You might be a white person, YT person, or a black person like me. But what I'm saying to you guys right now, as we live our reality, their reality is they are living in a hell because they are not safe. Listen, let me tell y'all something. When they did Project 25, we were still living as we've always lived, right? But now we're seeing things that are happening in the world. They are terrible. I just want to get y'all into what's really going on. There, there are nightmare situations going on right now. And if your friend, your family, your coworker, your cousin, or even your child is an immigrant, they are not safe. $40 billion to ISIS. Do you know what that means? Let me get into it. Oh, Jesus. That means every white YT supremacist person, preferably men, are going to run to ISIS and say that I want to be a part of this, just like they do with the policing. They run to the police department too. They run to the police department too because they want to police um, the minority groups. Okay? Now they're going to be running to ISIS. They're going to be running to ISIS and say, I want to be employed because there is a big budget, bigger than multiple countries. Their military budgets all combined, $40 billion. And they are building prisons and concentration camps for these immigrants. And I believe, this is what I believe, and also for blacks. That's what I believe. Now, This modern day slavery is a real thing, and it's happening in real time. And this is the thing. I want you guys to imagine what life was like 8 years ago. I want you to imagine what life was like as a just a typical American citizen 8 years ago. Now come back up to modern day now and see how everything has changed. A lot of the stuff that we are seeing all over the world due to the internet, which I absolutely love, by the way, our news networks are not showing it. They're not allowed to broadcast to the common American. I don't consider myself as a common American. I don't. Because number one, I've let the news go. And now I'm on the social medias, like, for instance, TikTok and other places like that, because I can't deal. The news, no. They keep your mind in a certain way of thinking. And I don't like brain control. I don't like that. Just me personally. You don't tell me what to investigate, what to look at. Like, I'm a free thinker. I don't do that. And when it comes to the fear mongering, oh, Cheryl, you don't need to listen to this or you don't need to listen to that because possibly you could lose your. There's nothing wrong with my mind. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not schizophrenic. I'm not bipolar. I don't have those issues. So you see what I'm saying? So I'm 54, right? So I've been through a lot of hell in my life, and I've never had a nervous breakdown in my life. With all the hell that I went through, never. So no, I don't subscribe to that. If you know that a person is suffering, with schizophrenia, or they have, they deal with a lot of depression and they really can't deal with a lot of stuff, then yeah, maybe. But just for the average person, you should be able to do your own research about anything in this world. And matter of fact, you have to, because these people, I'm telling you. So if you are one of those people that listen to the news, the traditional news, then I'm just going to tell you, baby, you are a sheep. But let's not get into that. Let's not get into that. Okay, let's go back. Modern day slavery. I just want to say this. When you think about, when I think about white supremacy, Ku Klux Klan, racism, and all those things, and all those people, because these are ideas, right? These is ideas and philosophies and just a way of thinking. These are humans that think, and not just think but feel a certain way. These people, okay, they are in charge of the United States. This is not a drill. This is not a movie. They're in charge. Okay. I know y'all say, well, God is in control. No. And I'm going to tell you why. Because God is in us, through us, as us, right? And when these human beings, the one that I just called out, when they are in charge, what they imagine, what they feel emotionally, and all of that is what they walk out and talk out in real time. Is what they bring to pass, is what they turn into reality. So, in reality, in real time, right now, they have taken our money, the taxpayer dollars. They've taken this money and they are equipping and hiring white supremacists, people, Ku Klux Klan, and people that have their type of ideology to apprehend immigrants. and physically do bad things to them and possibly even end their existence in the earth. That is what's going on. I don't know if you've heard that on your news, but that is what's going on right now. Um, the immigrants, the legal, we're not even speaking on illegal, because what they did was they lied to you and me and said that they were going to focus on the illegals. That was part of the pitch. Do y'all remember? We're going to get those illegals, knowing, oh my God, all along that they were, that the illegals and the legal ones, the documented ones, or the ones that have their papers, that they had them on their radar too, and that they were going to do these things to them as well. So this is the thing. They are not safe, and neither are you. Neither are you. If you're an immigrant, if you are a minority, and if you are poor, you're in trouble. If you are sick and you get that, if you can't afford, if you literally cannot afford to purchase your medicine without any type of insurance or assistance, you are in trouble, because I believe, me personally, I believe that's coming too. I believe they are saying that can't, if you don't have hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars in the bank account and you have two prescriptions that cost $600 a piece, if you don't have $1,200 that month, then you won't get your medicine. And I also believe that this is modern day slavery and ethnic cleansing. And you might say, Cheryl Grabowski, why would you say such a thing? Because we're dealing with the white supremacists, the white nationalists, and the Ku Klux Klan. What do you think? What else do you think it's going to be? What else do you think they're doing? Hmm? People are losing their lives. This is serious. And this is the thing about this. It don't take many people to change this. But the thing is that we all have to do this is terrible, because modern day slavery is not okay. It's not. Ethnic cleansing is not okay. And these groups of people, let me say it again. Who is it, Cheryl Grabowski? It's the white nationalists, it's the Ku Klux Klan, and the white supremacists are in charge of DC. They're in charge. The Congress and the Senate has said it's okay. It's fine what you guys are doing. The Supreme Court has said you can do what you want. It's okay. All of the powerful people have told the administration that it is okay what they are doing. It is okay to ethnic cleanse. This is what they are saying. It is okay to build these concentration camps and prisons all over the United States, and they have the $40 billion to do it. Y'all listen, y'all need to do y'all research. These things are being built. You say, Cheryl Grabowski, what are you doing? Are you fear mongering? No. Cheryl Grabowski is I'm a realist. I'm not going to sit here and gaslight myself. I'm not doing it. And for the people that are like me and think like me, I don't want you to do it either or either. I don't want you to do that. I don't. I don't want you to escape. out of mentally like, oh, this is not happening. I don't want you to do that. This is how these people have been able to do what they've done. But there was a lot of lying and a lot of gaslighting, which DC is full of that. They've been doing that for years. They've been doing that for the last 50 years. That's what they do. But this is the thing, the liars and the gas litters were lied to and gas lit. So what's going on now is of a whole nother level. But what I'm telling y'all is that this is terrible. I got a friend of mine, his mother is a Mexican lady. She's not safe. I don't care if you've been here legal for 35 years. ISIS can knock on the door and drag your butt out your house and send you away. I don't care if you've been teaching. I don't care what you've been doing. They can come get you. They don't, this is ethnic cleansing. They don't want anybody here that's not white. That's how severe it is. This is the list. This is the found. This is the core. Okay, we can talk about all this other stuff. Mm-mm. We're talking about. Let me tell you again now. Let me tell you who's in charge of the plan, the books, the writing. Who's in charge? The KKK, the white nationalists, and the white supremacists. They are in charge. They are the ones that put pen to paper. They are the ones that have been working behind the scenes. They are the ones that have been lying and gaslighting people. They are the ones that have been operating in fear for all these years. They are the ones that believe that their race is coming to an end, which is not true, but they believe that. They've put pen to paper. They have put these laws into place now. The pure law, honey. When it comes to laws, the law. When you think about something being written as a law, then there is enforcement to that law, which is policing and ICE. They have intention to make us do what they say. They have intention to bend or break our will. They started this shit off by saying, we're going to reverse the transgender and same gender loving people. They lied. They lied to you. They used Paula White and the Bible to do this. Two groups of people that brought this to pass. Two. Number one, the white conservative radio station, boom. And number two, the Christians, Mexican Christians, white Christians, and black Christians. But you know what? They've always, people all through the years, I'm gonna tell you the truth. And this is nothing but the truth. Whenever somebody wanted to run a scam, the first place they would come was to the church. You would ask the question, Sharon Gorbowski, why do you think that? Because the church is gullible. That's why. The church is gullible. The black Christians went along with this administration and Project 2025. When Project 20 2025 was after your neck. Project 25 wants to off you to Black Christian, Mexican Christian, mhm, Haitian Christian. Mhm. Y'all made a mistake. Y'all made a mistake. They use the radio station and the Christians to get this accomplished, especially the Christians. There are millions and millions of Christians. Now y'all say God is going to fix this. Why? Why God is going to fix it? Where was God when y'all was listening to them lies that they told y'all? Where was your Holy Spirit and where was your discernment? Where was it? Because while the Project 25 was being written, while it was being written, their intention was to off you. Their intention, Black Christians, was to put your sons, your husbands, and your nephews and your male cousins into prisons. Their intention was to take their medical insurance. Their intention was to take their government contracts. Their intention was to make sure that they didn't make any more money. Black Christians, Mexican Christians, Haitian Christians. Where was your discernment when you had that hate toward same gender loving people? It was okay for the administration to do that to same gender loving people, but not to you, Black Christian, Haitian Christian, Mexican Christian, Spanish Christian. Now, where was your discernment and where was the Holy Spirit? Where was that thing that you say that you know that God was speaking to you? Where was God then? Because did you see it? Or was you busy making sure that the group of people that they were aiming at, those people get it? They have bamboozled the whole world. Who, Cheryl? The Ku Klux Klan, the white nationalists, and the white supremacists. Hmm. Who? Them three. Modern day slavery. Okay, well, the immigrants can stay, but you do what the farmer. Let's. Can we find another name for the farmer? Can we be creative? What's another good name for the farmer? Huh? The farmer is master, right? Yeah. And now who are the immigrants? Oh, they're slaves. Oh, well, then, Cheryl, what do you call that? Oh, you call it rebranding. Oh, Cheryl, they rebranded slavery? Yeah. Well, then who? Okay, well then, um, the 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 masters, handymen that controlled the slaves, that eventually they called police. Well, modern day, who are they? ISIS. And then, Cheryl, what are they going to do? They're going to arrest, unalive, and enslave. Who, Cheryl? Mexicans, El Salvador folks, Haitians, Jamaicans. Why, Cheryl, do they want to do that? Oh, because they hate. They hate. Hate who, Cheryl? Hate humans. They hate humankind. Why else do they want to do it? For power and control. Well, why do they want to do that? Well, they need that. They need it. How have they done it? Through lying and gaslighting. That's how. Who did they do it to? They did it to all of us. But who did they use? The Christians. They used the Christians more than anybody. The Christians that believe in Jesus and love and freedom and righteousness. Yeah. But well, Cheryl, what about justice? Oh, justice is gone. Justice doesn't exist anymore with this group of people. With who? Oh, the white nationalists, the white supremacists, the Ku Klux Klan. Justice? Mm-mm. There is no justice. There's no justice for the African American, for the El Salvador person, for the Mexican, for the Jamaican, the Haitian. There is no justice. They are to be ruled and dominated. They'll be they are to be subjected to their leadership and told what to do and unalived if necessary, or just for sport. Hmm. Who did they use? The Christians. What will the Christians do now? Will the Christians admit that they didn't hear God and God has nothing to do with this? And in 2025, this is totally it's wrong. It's demonic, really. It's a modern day hell of a sort. Would the Christians admit that? While the Christians are saying they're trying to escape it by saying Jesus just come back because we got fooled again. We got fooled again. Our president used Paula White, who is a Christian, and and they are also the evangelicals are also a part of this. They don't see anything wrong with putting the Haitians, the blacks, the El Salvador people, and the Mexicans as they are being owned by the farmers. They don't have a problem with that. They think it's great. And then at the same time, you black people get in your place because we hated Obama, and every speech he did was like chewing nails. And every minute and every day that he was president, we chewed nails, and our hate and contempt grew day by day by day by day by day. And then we began to gather together. Who, Cheryl? The white conservative radio station by way of the Trinity, the demonic Trinity. Well, Cheryl Grabowski, who is the demonic Trinity? It is the white supremacists, the Ku Klux Klan, and the white nationalists. They did this. Well, Cheryl Grabowski, this is a serious question. Do you think they'll ever change their mind? Do you think they'll ever say, we're all a part of the human family and there's just one race? Do you think? What do you think about that? Mm-mm. It's never going to happen. When so the next question is, when will black, brown, Latino people, and all other people, when will they realize this? When? While you guys are, while we are living in their world, because we're living in their world. I don't think some of y'all know that. I think you're confused. I really don't think Poopy Pie, I didn't know you were here. They're just happy people. Stop talking about what they did to the kids. Who? Well, who did to the kids? Let me read this one. Show on stage. Hold on. On stage, absolutely not, because that would mean they admit they can't discern God's voice from the devil. Girl, honey, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I'm sorry, I was doing my commentary, girl. Honey, let me tell you. I just want to say, and y'all know how I am. Y'all, y'all know me by now. I just want to say this. You ain't heard God. You don't know God. And I'm going to tell you that thing that you heard and that thing that you know is not God. I just want to let y'all know that. Okay. And then another thing, God ain't told you nothing at all. And that is sad. It's sad because it was okay when this stuff was being done to the gays and some other groups of people. But that is not who they had in mind. It's the funniest thing. Why is it okay for the devil? Why is it okay for the devil to manipulate the crap out of you? And then you say, oh, well, it's just the devil. He done fool. No, but I'm saying you've been a Christian for I don't know how long. It's just like when you go to school to become a nurse. And then you go on beyond that. And then you go and you become a doctor now. And then you know what a doctor's supposed to know. But you done made this grave mistake. Now a nurse don't know what a doctor. You a whole doctor functioning like a nurse. You a mature Christian. You supposed to know God's voice. You supposed to know what's going on. That administration and those people have manipulated the shit out of y'all's Christians. And now y'all are asking God to come and fix it. And I know God is saying, what in the world is going on? Let me drink some water. What is going on? Does anybody? Huh? And then y'all wonder why people pick on y'all. Mm. And if you and if you're a Christian and you're not and you don't know what's going on in this world, I don't know what to say about that. If you are running to your local church on Wednesday night, Friday, and Sunday morning, trying to escape what's going on in the world, when these are human beings, these people, listen, these people are carrying out their imagination and their wills. What is your, as a Christian, what is your imagination? What is your will? What do you imagine? And what do you want? What do you imagine? Hmm? Is it that you were just imagining escaping from the planet because you were heartbroken, because you don't have much money as you wanted to, because you came down with an immune? disease or whatever. Is that why you wanted to escape the planet? You don't have to have a whole bunch of money to be happy. You can have an autoimmune disease and still have a wonderful life. You can find somebody else to love or learn how to love yourself. Why do you want to go to heaven? Because you experiencing what humans expect. You know what? I cannot. I can't. When it comes to, oh my God, I can't. And y'all said right there, the Catholic Church too. Y'all sit right there. Oh my God, it's just terrible. Um, there will always be some who never wake up to the reality of their situation. And I'm just saying, Pooh Pie, no wonder. And I'm saying, y'all need God to be real sweet and kind. You do, cause you ain't got no, you ain't no good. Whether or not you a Christian that go to church all the time, or you a Christian that be on YouTube on the T channels, you just ain't no good. You ain't, cause you don't know what's going on. You always got your mind in the trash somewhere on shit that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You always escaping. You're always escaping from reality. This is my thing. This is it's this doctrine is so annoying. For instance, you got this idea of this place called heaven that you want to escape to. Meanwhile, this earth is the most beautiful thing we've ever seen, unlike all the other planets. I'm sure that when God made the earth, this was his very best. I guarantee it. So the earth ain't good enough because of what? It's just I poopy pie, I just believe that one day somebody done hit this button. Now let me tell you something. Somebody is here. Now I'm gonna let you up, but I need you to speak on topic. Okay? I need you to speak on topic because this is my live and this is what we're talking about this morning. I don't even know who this is. Let's see. Um. Oh, I know why Shania want to come up and talk. Look at my.
Hello. Dang, what I do? I was like, oh, speak
Oh,
on
I didn't know
topic.
that was you. Only thing I saw was a one. I didn't know it was you. I was just saying before anybody comes up, I just want you to speak on topic.
Okay.
And if okay, so what anything about I said this morning that you want to speak on?
I was just making sure everything was all right. Um, with this situation,
Okay.
honestly.
What the what?
With this situation, honestly.
Which situation?
What you was just speaking on.
Oh, with the well, like I was saying, the administration. You got some music in the background. Okay, like the administration, they got the Christians vote by saying that it was going to be a Christian. Washington was going to turn. They were bringing Jesus back to Washington, but what they brought back to Washington was the devil. And they were saying that they were going to get rid of the immigrants and the LBT the same gender loving people. They were going to do that, but in the reality, they had everybody else in mind that they wanted to destroy.
And that's
And
this
I said
bull
that they used the Christians to do that.
and that's this bullshit that I be talking about. This is why I don't go to no church and shit like that. I'm my own person. I'm my own person, and I ain't gonna curse on this panel. It's hard for me not to, but woo, that's what
And
be.
the hatred that people have for y'all, girl, when I listen, it's hard. It's really hard for me to do commentary on it. It really is because it's in my heart and in my soul, and I want to scream and holler and cuss. So I understand when you say that you want to cuss but you can't. I do too. But they literally use the hate. It was only hate, Trinaya. That's all it was. It was hate for immigrants. It was hate for gay people that they used. The Christians. The Christians hate gays. They say they don't, but they do. And they use this to bring this about. And now they realize that they had everybody else in mind. There were so many groups of people. There were so many systems that they wanted to tear down. They wanted to make sure that black people didn't make money like they used to. This is crazy. They were messing with the museums. They've done so much stuff, but that is not how they pitched it. I'm saying that if the Christians know so much about what God wants, who God is, and what God is saying, why didn't they know that this was going to happen? That's what
Right.
I'm saying. But I appreciate you for coming up tonight.
Yeah, I'm finna drop down, honey, and just be in the
Okay,
house.
boo. I'll see you later on today.
Okay.
All right. Sitting in the church, Poopy Pie say, sitting in the church, passing around the tithe bowl and not doing a lick to help anyone in the damn community. And I'm just saying, it's annoying. But Poopy Pie, you know what I think? And let me know what you think about this. Maybe they are at large as Christians. Maybe they are suffering with, because see, in my years of research, I've done a lot of work on mental health. And if anybody in the mental health field that want to come up on the live, please come up. But what I'm realizing is that people with certain type of mental illness, because a lot of times we've labeled certain things as mental illness, and we don't really understand that we are a whole lot mental ill and don't even know it. What I'm saying is, I realize that from the church world that I've been a part of, that most church people are suffering from mental illness. And that is why religion is that impactful in them. That is why their mind cannot escape the bubble of religion. That is why they cannot see through the religion. That's why they are in this thing. That's why the cognitive dissonance, all of that stuff is going on with them, how they believe something and do another thing and not be able to see themselves when they're doing all of this. That is why the church is so sick. You know what I'm saying? Like organized religion. And that's what I see. And I feel like that's what has happened to them a lot. And that is why they are that away. That's what I feel. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing they can really hope to is that God will come and get them one day and take them out of here, because they're not people to make real decisions. They scared of everything. They won't speak their piece. They won't stand up and be counted. I've seen so much. They let people treat them in a kind of way. They run away from everything. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. They deal with they wear a badge of honor from suffering, enduring suffering, and basically all it is that as a grown person, you don't supposed to let people talk to you any kind of way. I don't care where they at. I don't care if they're in the church or at the museum. It don't care. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. You got all these millions of people that have been funneled through the church world, and now they are the ones that cause this administration to reign. It's the Christians. Christians did this. I don't want them to say nothing about this administration because they did this. They put them people into power. The Christians put the narcissists in power. What about that? Put that in y'all pipe and smoke it. The Christians put the narcissists in control. The Christian couldn't tell the difference between the devil or the angel. They didn't know the difference. They secretly went and voted for that man. And some of them voted for Kamala, but at the same time, they were still admiring that man for messing with the gays, but didn't know that the man wanted their head off too. off with their heads. It's giving, Lord have mercy, honey, this administration is giving off with your head, your children's head, your daughter's head, your grandchildren's head, and everybody else that's around you, their head, off with it. They getting ready to come for the church too. They gonna make them pay tithes. They gonna make them. They gonna lose their tax exemption. They coming for them too. I can't wait. Go on over there and get them. Go on, because it's annoying. Y'all, my name is Cheryl Basket. Welcome to my life. I thank God for the 8 people, 10 people that are here. Okay, let me see. I don't know if anybody said any other thing, because hold on. Okay, I'm back. All right, I did that so I can get back in the comment section. Good morning. Hey, Sierra. I'm kind of excited about that. About what? Scientology and Mormons about to get taxes taken out. Yeah, they should. I'm saying. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, yeah, I'm back in the comment section. I'm back in the comment section with y'all, so I can see y'all now. If anybody come and comment, I can see, because I got rid of that other thing, thank God. But anyway, the Christians are a lot responsible there. So I want the Christians to repent. Number one. And number two, I want them to repent from always being child. Somebody say, Sugar Master, what does that mean? You guys have got to grow up. I don't care if you're 73. Who cares? I don't care if you're 64. Your children, your child. Whenever you cannot speak your truth and you got to hold your tongue because you believe that it's better for you not to say, if you hold your tongue, how we going to live and exist? If you hold your tongue, how is God going to speak? If you hold your tongue, who's going to stop the adversary? If you hold your tongue, if you don't speak justice, if you don't speak truth, if you don't tell the adversary you can't do that to me, then why is he going to stop? Why will they turn? If you put it on God for God to do everything and he done gave it to you to do, well, you got 2,000 people that are waiting for the one person, the pastor, to speak. Ah, open up your mouth. Be grown. That was one of the things that I suffer with being a Christian. Oh, I can't say this because this, and that one is over me. They know more than me. It has nothing to do with that. They won't stop just because they asked nicely and took it so long. They don't care. I'm telling you. Whose peace are you keeping? Emotionally immature. Yes, girl, poopy pie girl. Emotionally immature. Forever, child, your doctrine is keeping you from evolving. Listen to me, Christian. Listen. The very thing you cleave into is keeping you from growing. You are old and you are child. You are old and you are child. These immigrants and all these Haitians and some African Americans and people are being unalived and people are being hurt because you are a child. If you don't grow, if even God Himself came down and told you to open your mouth, you wouldn't open your mouth because your pastor told you not to, or your doctrine told you not to. It's your fault. It's the Christian's fault. That's whose fault it is. You guys did this. You did it. They won't stop just because you asked nicely and took it for so long. They don't care. Too nice. Nice. What the freak is that? Your poopy pot. Think about this. Your need to convince yourself that you're nice and that you're a good person has caused this world to be the United States in the condition that it's in. Your need, let me break it down and say it slow. Your need to feel like you're a good person, or let's say a God person, has put this country in the position that it's in right now. There is a tone, there is an emotion that's appropriate for what's going on right now, and it's not Christian. If we are looking for, unless the Christian wake up, if we're looking for the Christian to come and make the crooked path straight, they don't know how, because their doctrine and their pastor is keeping their mouth shut. And while God is saying, you are enough, and I put you in this life term, on this life lease, to make a difference and to create in this world as I have done, instead of them knowing that, they are praying to the clouds for God to do what they were commissioned to do as human beings and spiritual people. Your doctrine is keeping you from evolving. This is the thing. I know I'm right. I see it in real day, in real time. It's got to be mental illness. There is no other reason why you have these people that say they love and they trust God, and they won't open up their mouths. They are in a closet somewhere, in their bedroom, kneel down before their bed, praying and asking God to do what He had made humans to do. That is not God's job to fix that administration. That is not God's job to fix this government or that Congress or that Senate. That is not God's job. That is our job. God in us, through us, as us. Get up off your fucking knees. I'm done. Yes, what happened to knowing, doing the right thing, and the biblical thing, we will be hard, that it will lead to prosecution. Persecution. She meant they're too compliant to do the right thing with integrity. Don't have no integrity. Somebody, ooh, poopy pie, thank you. Don't have no courage. Somebody say, Sugar Basket, why do you care? I don't know why I care. I just do. I'm so annoyed with the babies. I'm so annoyed with the 55-year-old babies. I'm so annoyed with the 65-year-old babies. I'm so annoyed with the 75-year-old babies. I'm so annoyed with them. They are the biggest hindrance to the world because of their doctrine and because of their pastor and their lack of courage and integrity, because they won't open up their mouth, and when they do, they don't know what to say. They are babies down to the bone. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. God is within you, so do something. We need to stop sitting on our hands waiting for God to do something. I'm sick of it. Who can God be proud of? Who? Make God look weak. Make God look passive. Make God look like he don't care. Well, God is just waiting, Cheryl Grabowski, for the perfect day. That's not true. That's a lie. There's an evolution that needs to happen. And y'all don't even know that it's supposed to happen. You're sitting here believing in a Sunday school lesson, and your brain don't even know how to brain. It don't know how to brain. You got brain damage. They get a few cherry picked lines from the pastor every week and don't even know the word in order and context it's in. Jesus Christ. Well, Poopy Pie, let me ask you something. Do you believe that they are capable? Do you believe that they have the capacity? Because if I could, I would wake every one of them. If I could, y'all already know me. If I could, I'd shut the doors. Shut every door. Because what you don't need to do is even be worried about a heaven, because you didn't worry about coming in here. You don't. That's not even your doing. That ain't got nothing to do with you. That's escapism. It is a forest. It's a forest. Oh my God. Most of them are satisfied with the illusion of being a follower of Christ. Oh my God. If they actually want to seek the girl, Poopa Pie, you about to hurt me over here. The illusion of being a follower. That's that heaven ticket. That's that Cheryl Grabowski, you're not going to take this from me. That is the nobody's not trying to take anything from you. I'm wondering why you can't evolve. I'm trying to figure out what the problem is. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Because for the people like me and Poopy Pie and some other folks that are doing what we can, y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all escaping into the wilderness of, you're just escaping. You're just escaping. You know what I mean? Period. Y'all are not doing anything. Hold on, Poofy Five. If y'all are here listening, please thumb the live up. Um, they enjoy the connection and sense of community and stay complacent instead of diving into the Word of God on their own, honey. Because they dive in, they're gonna end up out. Some of y'all made a country club on a cross on it. Jesus Christ. And that's why I believe that it's a lot of narcissism. I'm talking about the church members are narcissists. Because see, the narcissists can't evolve either. They can't. We already know what's going on in Washington. We already know that narcissism is reigning in Washington. But not only that, these narcs are church members and saints and elders and mothers and preachers. Because my thing is, I told y'all early on as an early Christian, I always believed that God was stronger than the devil. But not only did I believe it, I demonstrated it in my own life. I walked that out in my own life, because I'm gonna get up off the pew and then me and God gonna walk our walk. I never had more confidence in a preacher than I would have in myself. And I never replaced my inner GPS for that minister. That didn't make sense to me. That's crazy. So then I just feel like it's narcissism. Some of y'all made a country club with exclusivity being the main focus. I mean, and really, and then they enjoy having this membership that other people don't have. And it's not real. Child, we just in a pickle. That's okay. It's about finding that group of empaths that's not scared of a devil, that understand you don't have to run away from the world. You don't have to what do you call it? What did I say? You don't have to do any of those things. You don't have to run away. You don't have to trick your mind and all this kind of stuff that these people do. It's just mind boggling. It's really crazy. It really is. But yeah, modern day slavery is what the narcissist got on their mind. That makes sense to them. It makes sense. It really does. It makes sense to the narcissist that that these other human beings, all human beings deserve to be free. Nobody deserves to worship or to bow down or have to obey another human. That's narcissism, right? Nobody deserves that. So our commander in chief is saying that the farmer is going to be in charge. The farmer is going to be in charge of the immigrant on the farm, which is a new plantation, right? Because that makes sense to him, to them, that people be owned instead of him being the commander in chief to set people free. Their brain tell them to go ahead and be owned on this. Since you wrong, check this out. Since they are wrong for being immigrants in the first place, but I'm saying your wife is an immigrant. Your wife is an immigrant. Is she wrong? See, this one, but see, it's not him. Like this don't apply to me, narcissist. This is the narc. You do what I say do, not as I do. See what I'm saying? So you guys are immigrants, but you're going to go into slavery, but not my wife, because she my wife. See what I'm saying? Honey, I tell you, taking away the path to become a legal citizen definitely helps the farmers' power imbalance. Yes, not all, but it's like a nonprofit. Some are good and some are shams. What? Okay, women. It's a weird power trip. Too many people use the church and power within the church to enable bad behaviors. Organized religion is too corrupted. Organized religion is full of narcissism. In on the pews and behind the pulpit, both with the Catholic Church, the regulars, the Presbyterian Church, the Baptist Church, the Christian Church, the non denominational church, the Pentecostal Church, the AME Church, the Full Gospel Church, the non denominational church. It's set up like a pyramid. All the power go to the top, and all the money goes to the top. Now that's one thing they can dangle in front of them. If you just listen and do XYZ, then you can become a real citizen too. Right. What's up, Mr. Green? Good morning. You enjoy your day too. And so it is what it is. How has our country landed up in the position that it's in? How? It's because two things: narcissism and the church. How else do you think something like this could have happened in Washington? How else? Okay, they're going to take insurance from sick people. They're going to take tax money from poor, middle class, and poor people. And then they're going to take the money and give it to the richest of the rich, while the poor people get poorer. How do y'all think, where do y'all think that mindset comes from? Will it come from an empath? No. Why not? Because the empath is going to be too busy loving on. The empath not going to do that because they're going to put themselves in the immigrant shoes and say, well, at some point in time, lots of people that came to America are immigrants because they were running to a better place since there's so much prosperity here, you know. And to be honest with you, they're going to say, from the foundation of America, all these YT people that came here, they don't belong here either, and they are immigrants. This land is indigenous to black and brown people, not YT people. Doesn't belong to them, you know. you know so these YT people, though, because of their narcissism, it wipes all of that out. They don't care about that. They move the goalposts. We enslaved you guys, so we got really rich. We enslaved you, made you work for free, so we got really rich. And now, since we're rich and powerful now, the only thing we really care about is ourselves. And if you did what we did a long time ago, then what we're going to do, we're going to take advantage of you, exploit you, and now we're going to make you as like uh modern day slavery over again. We're going to just brand it, and we're going to get even richer with enslaving the brown people now and not the blacks. But this a thing about us African American people. Now with this administration, I don't trust nothing. At this point, when I done seen all of this and sending our people to El Salvador and also building all these concentration camps, when I mean, if you want to think about the writing on the wall, the writing is on the wall. It's in bold print. What else would the narcissist do in his imagination or her imagination? What else would they do? Hold on, Poopy Pie. Let me read. Go back and read. Girl, you said even Scientologists and the same church pyramid have. Yeah, they do. All of it is set up like that. And with not being a citizen, crimes against them because so much harder to report. Yep. And they could do, I want to speak on that. Once you get to the farm, once they're back at the farm, and now they have the report to the farmer who's the narcissist, all kinds of ungodly things. We already know what kind of ungodly things narcs do to children, you know, when they buy properties away from everybody, and they got a house full of children, they'll do all the most terrible things to children and wives that you could think of. When a narcissist gets away and gets under cover, then the devil shows up, just like R. Kelly with Robert. Once Robert got the girls in the house, R. Kelly was gone. Robert comes out at night, and Robert starves them and put them in rooms and does, I just can't. I can't. Give us your sick and give us your weary. Are they going to take all the Irish people back to Ireland next? They're not going to do that, because white people are immigrants too. No, even though they have more than enough excess wealth to last generations, literal generation. It's already happening. The stories of the farms in California are so sad. And see, I didn't even know that, Poopy Pie, because I don't know about the stories on the farm. But when you get the narcissist on the farm, and you get a narc that's in charge of 40 people or 50 people or 60 people, there's no justice in that. It's no difference. The narcissist that runs the farm, or the narcissist that's head of the family, head of the mother, the children, or a narcissist that's the pastor of the church. It don't matter. There's no justice. There's no freedom in that. They say that it is, but it's not. They take them straight from the trucks to their farms. And our commander in chief, This all makes sense to him. You wouldn't want Baron on no farm. Does Baron go to the farm? Is it okay for the wife to go, or any one of your grandkids? They say it's barbed wire and locked doors and all. That's slavery, like a prison. So if we go back again, we're gonna rewind time. We're gonna take it back like 8 years, and the people are sitting at the table. All right, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We're going to enslave them on the farms. Since they wanted to be in America, we're gonna make sure that they can't leave. But where's the ICE raids on those? Nope, they raid schools and churches. And I really feel like they doing that because of fear. They're just, here is the bullying part to it. Now, what do I think? Like, what do I think will happen like down the road? You know, because even though the immigrants are scared, there's a group of people in America that's not scared of ICE. What's going to happen then? And now even if they manage to escape, there's no sanctuary for them, no hope or help. Nothing. That's slavery. That's how the slaves, the black people felt back in the day. America has returned to its roots. America has returned back to its roots, y'all. In 2025. Now they're telling us what to do with women's body. Women's, you can't do what you want to do. They're putting people back in the fields. There's got to be a book. There's a manual somewhere that they're following. But no one wants to talk about the slaves used to make weed cheap in Cali. They are used, my bad, Handmaid's Tale. There's got to be a book. I guess there's a white nationalist book somewhere with there's a book somewhere that they're following a manual of some type. There has to be. This is being documented somewhere. I'm laughing to keep from crying. This is terrible. But I tell you what, I'm telling you what, I just right now, I just do not understand. This is how I feel. As a Christian, you guys have got to start listening, praying, and going within yourself and asking the hard questions and removing the fear. The Hunger Games is looking like the plot at this time. Um, you guys has got y'all got to start. I mean, this fallacy or this fantasy or this illusion that you guys are in, it is destroying the world. It really is. If anybody destroying the world, it's y'all. Because y'all don't know a devil when y'all see one. Y'all think a devil is somebody smoking, somebody drinking, or somebody cussing. That's not a devil. A devil is a person who plans the demise of a people. A devil is ethnic cleansing. A devil is imprisoning people and putting people on concentration camps and taking people's medical insurance and and hoping that they will be deceased because they want them to leave the earth. That's what a devil is. A devil is not a person that's going to a nightclub and dancing. A devil is not a single woman who decides that she wants to be with a single man and they live their life unmarried. That's not a devil. Everything that the church has told y'all that a devil is not a devil. That is not a devil. That is not a devil. You guys don't even know what a devil is. Y'all, I'm gonna quote my daughter at this time. Y'all got y'all mind on the wrong thing. You got your mind on the wrong. Your mind is not even on the right thing. We've got to stop blinding and trusting these pastors. Read the damn book yourself. Read it yourself. You guys, I'm telling you, I know what doctrine is. Doctrine is, oh, she wearing her skirt too tight. That's a devil. Oh, she won't speak to people at the church. That's a devil. She didn't give her tithes 2 weeks out the month. That's a devil. Y'all don't even know what a devil is. It reminds me of how some old order Amish sects, people don't even speak the language their Bible is written in. They solely rely on the bishop's interpretation of the word instead of knowing it. And the bishop is mentally ill. Y'all, I have seen so many preachers that were mentally ill. And just imagine, I'm trying to get you guys to think. Just imagine, just we're not even gonna say mentally ill. We're just gonna say your bishop is a coward. He lacks or she lacks courage. Then everything that your bishop preached to you and all of his ideologies is gonna lack courage. She's going to be jelly backed. And that indoctrination is going to come to you as a person who's not a room shaker, as a person who will not be heard, as a person that don't carry no weight. And that's what you're going to be. Say, for instance, your pastor is a liar, compulsive liar. Then all the doctrine that comes to you is going to come through a lens of compulsive lying. Say that your pastor is homophobic, then everything that comes through that pastor when it comes to relationships and same gender loving is going to come through that homophobic lens. You literally have to choose who is speaking in your life, just like you would choose a partner or a business partner. Oh my God. Sounds like any time someone hurts their egos, they call it a devil. To me, that's the definition of using the Lord's name in vain. I'm telling you, y'all, it in 2025, with all of what we are going through, and you guys are still over there playing church. I heard this woman on TikTok said she can't do it. She can't never go back in because it's a rehearsal. It's literally, you guys get stuck in a system for 40, 45 years, and it's a rehearsal. They've been rehearsing every service. You've been rehearsing how to talk to God. You've been rehearsing how to play, how to pray. You've been rehearsing how to hear God. You've been rehearsing how to experience God instead of walking this thing out in your life every day. You don't need the cymbals. You don't need the Hammond organ. You don't need the drums. You don't need the horns. You don't need the flutes. You don't need any of that. All of that is a distraction, every bit of it. And if you have to walk yourself into a building and sit down and listen to music that they are playing and listen to a certain person get up there and speak and watch the praise and worship, if you got to go all through this rehearsal before you can feel infused and in charge, not in charge, but in charge, like infused and pumped up and godly, then you're just rehearsing. It feels like I was fulfilling obsessive and ritualistic expectation instead of actually connecting. And that's what they are doing. And they're also saying that in the conscious world, it's the same way. You sound conscious, you know what consciousness is by theory, but you're not conscious because you're not, God is not in you, through you, as you all day. And when you walk into a room, the atmosphere does not change. When you speak, people don't listen, and all of that. And all of that. You are a walking church rehearsal. And that's what's going on with the people. And that's what's wrong with them. It's crazy how the keys they write worship music in is scientifically proven to be the key that evokes vulnerability. Oh, Poopy Pie, that just hurt my soul. They are hijacking the people's emotions and feelings in order to access a part of them that they have not earned. Mm, mm, mm. They are the greatest hindrance, and they are in trouble. Like Denzi pumping up the air with cookie smells. Cults use the same tactic too. I know, I know, I know. Trust me, girl, I was in there for years. I know, we used to do it too. I was following the pattern that I was taught by others. Yeah, the formula. I was taught the formula, girl. Forcing you to trauma dump. So just to use that against you later. So sad. Yep, yep. I've seen it all. And unfortunately, it is a money making machine, right? And for that narcissist that's making that money, because they know that they have ensnared, come up to the altar and tell me all your secrets. LOL. Yep. And for the narcissist that they have, the people that they have ensnared, it profits them. So they're not going to stop doing it. It's just almost like a drug dealer who's making really good money. He's caught up in the life too. Not It's not just the person that he's selling it to that has the addiction. It's the person that's selling it that is addicted too. It's not just the indoctrinated Christian that's on the pew or the person that's a part of the church ministry that is caught up in the life. It's the pastor that's preaching that's caught up too because it puts money on the table. It's a system. It's a system, y'all. It's just it's just terrible. My intention for this live, number one, is to spread awareness of the cost, the cost of not being vigilant and doing your own research and the cost of being child forever. You don't have autism. Unless you were diagnosed with severe autism, then you shouldn't be child indefinitely. But anyway, y'all, Poopy Pie, thank you for helping my live be what it was this morning. Y'all hold on, keep on holding on. I promise you that if you are a Christian, you are listening to me, everything I said about you is true. Whether or not you understand it or not, or even care, because if you're suffering from narcissism, you won't. Trust me, your narcissism won't allow it. Your narcissism, your brain mental illness will not allow you to see yourself through the words that I have spoken. You will say, I will not allow Cheryl Grabowski to take my heaven ticket from me. That's what you're going to say. And you're going to say that church is what you learned and church is what you're going to always do. That's what you're going to say. Because your brain, you don't have any new pathways in your brain. You don't. In order for that to happen, you have to purposely, like the day that I walked away from the Pentecostal church in any church, was a whole conscious decision. People say that I backslid. That is not true. I did not backslide. I had a conversation with God. And I told God, yes, I'm afraid to walk away. Yes, I feel the fear. The fear is all the way, like it's over my head. It's all through me, in me. I feel the intimidating spirit of fear, but I don't care nothing about it. Fear, hold on to me. You try. I feel fear grip me by my ankles. It's holding me. It's heavy, but I'm going to drag it and I'm going to drag it until you let me go. And I did that. And that's been 24 years ago. You will not. What I saw and what I experienced inside of doctrine, religion, theology, and what I had learned to be the Holy Spirit, I threw it in the trash because I gave it 120% and it gave me back shit in return. And I knew that I wasn't going to keep on walking that path because I gave it 110% and I never gave anything 110%. Never. It was just like me being faithful in a relationship. And I knew I had been faithful and I had done my very best. And it resulted in the way that it did. And so I knew there was nothing wrong with me. There was nothing wrong with God. But it had to be something wrong with the system. And I came to that conclusion around 33. And it took me 17 years. And it's been about 20 something years past that point now. 23, 24, might have been longer than that now. Okay. They are just as addicted to the power and the feeling needed. It's the brain. Your religious trauma, your going to church, your being enslaved when you don't go, you feel guilty, all of that is trauma. And listen, it ain't going nowhere until you do the work. And you got to confront it in order to do the work. You got to be courageous. But anyway, kisses and hugs. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll see y'all in just a little bit once I get back to the house and get everything situated because I'm out and about. All right. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Thank you, Poopy Pie. Don't forget to share the live. Love you. Love you, Miss Cheryl in chat. Have a good day, everyone. You too. Bye, guys.